All right, in the coming months, National Foundations Dailogue Initiative will facilitate dialogue across the country, coordinate, document research and record these conversations and dialogues about the state of our nation. It will then endeavor to chart a way forward that will hopefully unite the country and also strengthen its democratic values. For more on this, let's cross live to our SABC News reporter, Lukhanyo Calata. Lukhanyo, good morning to you.
Palisa, good morning and welcome to cold and a little bit rainy Cape Town. But fortunately, we're broadcasting from inside the Fire and Ice Hotel, where in just about an hour and a half or so, the actual dialogues from this National Foundations Dailogue Initiatives will finally get underway. This will be the second initiative or dialogue that takes place after the first round took place on the 5th of May in Johannesburg earlier this year. Palisa, but I'm now joined by the chairperson of the NFDI, Lukhanyo, to talk to us a little bit more about exactly what the objectives are of these dialogues. Ma'am, thank you very much and good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Lukhanyo, and thank you to you and your viewers.
All right. Ma'am, tell us a little bit about why we are here today and what exactly the objectives for these dialogues are.
Well, this is the second dialogue that the National Foundations Dailogue Initiative is hosting, and it might be just as easy to say NFDI in addition to the National Dialogues Foundation Initiative. The dialogues are really intended to achieve three things: to get the nation constructively engaging in the issues that concern them. So all topics are on the table. There are no sacred cows. These are the lives of people and the future generations that we are busy trying to work out. The second objective is to make individuals and citizens of this country realize that democracy works when it is actively engaged and citizens are actively engaged. The responsibility for fixing our country, for making a better future, lies with us, and it doesn't just happen on the day that we go to cast our vote. It happens in terms of our everyday lives, the way that we engage with our ward councils, the way that we engage with our school structures, the manner in which we engage with security services. And if those engagements are not working to our benefit, if we find that maladministration and corruption are disrupting the way that our democracy is supposed to work, then it's our responsibility to fix those things and demand that they be fixed to our satisfaction. So these dialogues are intended to awaken that understanding by South African citizens. The third thing that we want to achieve with the other leg of the NFDI is to get South Africans talking to each other, that it doesn't have to be in a dialogue format, that registering your point of view in terms of your expectations around what constitutional democracy is supposed to mean for you, what we call a Heard in 5 Words program, is something that we would like to get all South Africans to be a part of. We'd like to get millions of South Africans to talk about what they expect. And we want the institutions, the government representatives, to respond to those statements of expectations, our Heard in 5 Words program.
So tell us then a little bit about who we are expecting here this morning to be part of these dialogues, and what are some of the issues that will be discussed?
Okay, well, we're happy to report that we have over 200 organizations coming through in terms of delegates for our dialogue. We also have our host dialogue members, the founding members of NFDI, and we're being hosted by the Jakes Hervel Foundation, the de Klerk Foundation, and the Desmond and Leah Tutu Foundation as well. Joining us to support that part of the national structure is the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, representatives from there, the Chief Albert Luthuli Foundation, and we also have foundation members who could not make it, but are certainly part of the national structure, which includes the Mahlanti Foundation, the Mlambo Foundation, and the Helen Suzman Foundation. So it's a total of 9 foundations at this point.
All right. Ma'am, a very key issue in South Africa at the moment is the issue of land. but also the issue of justice. Are those topics that these dialogues, maybe not today's one, but the dialogues going forward, will address?
Yes, they will, Lukhanyo. And I must say it'll be addressed more than once through a variety of dialogues and in different ways. The subject of this dialogue is nation building and social cohesion. The flip side of that statement, a lack of social cohesion, a failure to nation build, basically penetrates itself in a variety of ways in our lives. There's discrimination in terms of funding for land. There's discrimination in terms of traditional rights. Those issues of marginalization and discrimination is what lives and thrives in a nation that isn't socially bound together by the same values, that isn't strengthened by a vibrant constitutional democracy. So they will come up today, but I dare to surmise they'll come up more than once.
All right. And then, ma'am, just finally, from the discussions that take place here, how do we make sure that they trickle down and they actually reach the man on the street and they actually make a difference to the man on the street?
Fantastic question, because that's the point of this second dialogue in the Western Cape. And we hope to launch various provinces over the coming months, before a year is out. Because what we're saying is the dialogues don't happen at a highfalutin level amongst just organizations. I mentioned over 200 organizations that are part of the Western Cape discussion today. Their mandate is to go out into their communities, to go out into their churches, their stockfells, their soccer clubs, whatever grouping of people that find themselves affected by the anomalies of where we are today, and to have discussions, come up with solutions, come up with answers, make that part of the national discussion and the national decision-making and solution-solving that the NFDI as an umbrella structure has put together. All of this will be facilitated through our website process. The May 5th dialogue that we had, which was the launching dialogue, is also there. This dialogue will be recorded and will be part of that, and all other dialogues that are happening at community levels will be a part of it. So people get to speak about whatever subject, communities get to come up with solutions, and those solutions will be filtered to a larger structure of integration and interaction as we try to find solutions.
All right. Ma'am, thank you very much. That was Mama Lukhanyo, who is the chairperson of the NFDI, excuse me, the organization that's essentially rolling out these series of dialogues to get South Africans talking about where we are as a nation and what we need to do to go forward in terms of nation building and social cohesion. That's it from us in Cape Town for the time being. We now cross you back for the sports in Johannesburg.